This video has been prepared just to assist you in using our services, and of course to direct you to the appointment form which you have to fill in order to procure our services. We're actually a corporate approved inspector. We offer a private sector based provision of building regulation services, which is an alternative route for you to gain building regulation consent instead of using your local authority building control based service. Before we actually go to that appointment form, as I say, which is at the bottom of the actual web page, I just want to direct you to the other linkages on the top of the menu bar of the website. The basic services that we provide in terms of our service provision is located here under this page here, and it gives other details up here in terms of the benefits of using us, and of course other areas in here, including a complaints procedure, just in case you have a complaint, which hopefully you don't, but if you do, a complaints procedure is listed on here. And there's some other linkages which are quite interesting here. There's our future development of the interactive technical guidance sheets, promotions that are being used throughout the United Kingdom, and of course our presence on social media websites. And of course, if you need to just email me, just use the contact hyperlink just here. Right, let's quickly help you with how to fill in the appointment form. This is the first stage that you've got to fill in order that you can use our services. So you just quickly double click on that, and then once that's double clicked on, it opens up in Microsoft Word like that. It's a very easy document because it's been pre-filled in, and you just have to click into any of these greyed out boxes here and fill those in. We'll start by the location of the site address. Just make sure that when you fill the address where this building work is going to take place, that you include the full postcode of the actual site within that address bar there. And the other area which is very important is this description of work here, because this is how it's going to appear on any final certificates that are going to be issued to you once the work is finished. Just make sure that it's concise but fully descriptive. Sometimes it's useful if you've already gained planning permission for your development, that you take the exact description from the planning consent and just populate it, just fill it in that grey box there. But if for whatever reason your particular proposal is not subjected to planning permission, then just fill in the details as you see, as you feel it should be described just there. And if there's any problems with that, then we'll contact you and suggest any better or more appropriate descriptions for you. But at the end of the day, that's got to be fairly accurate. So let me just fill an example one for you here. Oops. Yeah. Extension. Next one here is the building's existing use. These are drop-down menus, so you just have to say the existing use and the proposed use after you've done your work. So take for instance there, if it was commercial to begin with, then you just use this drop-down menu. But the default is residential on both sides, but like I say, there are these drop-down menus that you can select alternatives. The other thing you've got to fill in here is the number of existing stories here. So existing stories in our sample is 2, and after your alterations might be a 3-story building. And in here, if you could just fill in the estimated cost of the building work for us, and also very important, where the building is located, what borough. And here, if you could actually fill in when you intend to commence building work. What's very important here though, you've got to give us at least 10 working days. So give us a date here which is at least 10 working days from the date that we received this particular appointment form. So we'll put a date in there in 10 days time. And in here, the name of the person carrying out the work who will become our client. So make sure also you fill in their full names. Okay, so that first name has to go in there. what's also important here is this small print here. Remember, it is your responsibility to advise the property owner of this contract and to render a copy to them. Especially, as I say, since if you have been appointed to carry out building work on their building, then make sure that they're aware that you know, we are engaged, and of course render a copy of this document to them. Fill in there the address of the person carrying out the building work. So and the next box here is this one here. This would only apply if you're involved in erecting a new home, or of course creating new homes where there previously was none. Take for instance a conversion of an office building into flats. There's a requirement for you to provide a designated warranty provider on schemes like that. So if you have a designated warranty provider, just tick. Just click on one of these boxes, let us know which provider you're using. Take for instance if it's NHBC, just click in the NHBC box and a little X appears in there, and over here just fill in the plot registration detail in that. But like I've said, if this doesn't apply to you, just don't touch this box at all. This next box here is important. You need to actually provide us with a 1 to 1250 minimum scale location plan. You only need to do that really if you're erecting a building, or of course extending a building. If your work is entirely internal, you know, like you're knocking through putting a beam in for a through lounge, you wouldn't have to do this. But if you're erecting a new building, or of course extending a building, then we would require a location plan to be provided, and of course where appropriate it should be marked up in red. And if you look what it says there, for new build proposals, it must also show connections to public sewers, septic tanks or other treatment works. And in here again it's a simple tick box. If you want us to actually provide that 1 to 1250 minimum scale location map, or of course a larger scale one, you just have to click on this box here really. So if you've got one, you say that you've got one already attached, and if you haven't, then obviously say no. Next box down is the invoice address. If the address to claim our fees is different from the two addresses you've given up here in these two boxes, then just put that address there, you know, the address where we should render our invoice so that we can claim our fees. Contact number is very important. If they have a mobile number, then put that number in there. And also if you have a landline number, then please do give that number as well. Anything that helps us arrange inspections on the building, okay? So, you know, a mobile number and a landline number would be really great. In here, if we've agreed a fee with you, then for the work that we've described up here, then just put that in there, okay? Just put that there, and if it includes VAT, etc., just put that in there. So if I put that in there, oh my gosh, that is a very competitive price. Wow, that seems quite low. Anyway, that's only a sample, but anyway, I've just put that in there. And this next box here, there's some more drop down menus, so just continue that. So I authorize, and that should be the same. My this signature also confirms that, and you say I. Just fill that out as appropriate using these drop down menus. Once you've done that, oops, it's moved. Once you've done that, just you're going to have to print this out, as it says there. You've got to print this out and keep a copy of it. And here you'll sign it, and then you will date it here. Remember though, there are 4 pages, so scroll all the way down past the small print after, of course, you've read it. Scroll all the way down, and here you're expected to sign again, and then to put your name there in capitals. Again, do it fully. Benjamin and Smith, and then date it. Once that's done, just print it and email it back to us, and of course, like I've said there, give a copy of this to your client. Right, that concludes this particular short video. If you need to reach me, then please don't hesitate in contacting me by phone, or of course via email on bcs.ltd@aol.com. This is Cliff L'Aimable from Building Control Surveyors Ltd.